Hello everyone, this is White Wolf once again, and I wanted to do this quick live with you guys and really connect with you guys and talk about the mystery of being spontaneous, that spontaneous recognition that allows you to be excited about what you're experiencing here and now, and allowing you to overwhelm your presence with your vibrational preference, when it allows you to really understand who you are in that moment when you're being spontaneous and not having to search for the excitement of who you're trying to become or what you're trying to be or what you're trying to emulate within that energy. And you allow yourself to truly understand that being spontaneous is allowing you to be resonance. It's allowing you to be guidance. It's allowing you to be guided by that spontaneous nature. And when you have that spontaneous nature go through you, it is just like a beam of light that you emulate. It allows you just to be that and never sway from it, never disengage out of it. It allows you just to become it. When you have the mysterious, spontaneous nature of really knowing yourself in this moment, knowing who you are, knowing your vibration, knowing what you want to have within that intention of becoming source in human form, you just automatically go towards that direction because you choose to be spontaneous. You choose to allow the universe to surprise you, and you allow yourself to be unified and balanced in the way that you want to be surprised because you're having complete allowance. You're allowing your intention to manifest worlds into existence. You're allowing yourself to be that energy that pierces through the veil of amnesia. You allow yourself to look through the deception of each illusion that is presented to you, that is not allowing you to grow, change, and shift into that vibration. And you see in that moment, when you allow yourself to shift, you allow yourself to become who you want to be in this moment. And you don't negate it, you don't question it, you don't judge it. You just accept it. You allow yourself to receive that embodiment of source energy because you realize that you're the universe. You're what is being purified. You are what is being exempt. You are what you're analyzing to try to figure out the best configuration of energy. So when you allow yourself to be that living, breathing vortex, you automatically receive because you're accepting overflowing abundance within yourself, within everything else. And you're seeing that within every part of the world. That means that you don't have any baggage. You don't have any extra weight over yourself. And it just means that you have that laser focus and you're centered and you're grounded and you know yourself in this moment. The mystery of being spontaneous is the mystery of how you attach your emotions, your thoughts, your sense perceptions to everything that you want to become within that moment. And everything just becomes this culmination of encapsulating your energy. And when you're able to encapsulate that little timeline, that parallel self, that aspect of your personality, and you allow that to be in sync with what you're trying to bring forth, on what you're trying to channel, on what you're trying to bring forth within this creation, you allow yourself to automatically receive, and you allow yourself to dramatically receive from this vantage point of how powerful you really are. So you're really using your will as a reinforcement of becoming source energy. You allow yourself to be source energy because you're allowing yourself to be that input that correlates and has the exact amount of that output. So that electromagnetic kinetic source energy field allows us to have that input and the output. It never allows us to really change in a negative sense. It always allows us to transform in the most positive sense that you can feel in this moment. So when you allow yourself to heal, to grow, to transcend, to move beyond what is perceptible, that means that you have changed the mystery of being spontaneous. That means that there is no mystery to look for. But it's always mysterious because it's unknown. It's not figured out. It's not understood. It's inexplainable. That's why it's ominous. That's why it's omnipresent. Because it allows you in this moment to be omnipresent. It allows you to be that presence that innates that awareness. So it understands itself and knows itself and is able to direct itself. So everybody on this planet is trying to figure out how to be excited, how to be happy, how to be fulfilled, how to be transcendent, how to transcend the human condition. And the only way that we transcend the human condition here and now is to let go of the human condition, is to let go of the limitations, is to not put limitations on source, is to not put false expectations on source. And when we allow ourselves to not put false expectations over our reality as a point of recognition, because we're recognizing source within ourselves. That's what's beautiful, is that here and now we are recognizing source. And if we recognize source within our space, within our scope, within who we are, then we allow ourselves to channel that divinity. That divinity is not hard to reach. It's not hard to become. It's not hard to be a part of. But that divinity allows us to transcend lifetimes. It allows us to transcend the human condition. It allows us to not be in that state of the revolving door, because it's not the same life that we were just living. It's not the same existence that we were just living. So when we choose to live a different existence upon what we're experiencing right now, we are creating existences that recognizes our energy. And when that recognizes our energy, we allow ourselves to manifest ourselves into this awareness. We allow ourselves to be this awareness. We allow ourselves to be resonated by this awareness. And then we allow our expression to be aware of itself. Understanding that it can be aware of itself, that it can change, that it can morph into anything that it wants to become, and it can literally be this metaphysical shapeshifter. When you have this metaphysical shapeshifter within your wheelhouse, you're able to shift, you're able to change, you're able to transform and transcend the human condition whenever you need to do it. It just means that you're able to collect yourself and to collect everything that you need within your spiritual tool bag that allows you to have an arsenal of creation, because we're allowing ourselves to channel the energy of our guides, our higher self, and source. And when we allow ourselves to do this, when we allow ourselves to really delve deep within and to be the chosen, to be the ones that are wise, to be the ones that are trying to be more aligned with oneself and to channel this oneness here and now. Because we don't have to be anything that we don't want to be within this creation. We just have to choose to be it in that moment. And what's amazing is that we have the Great Awakening. We have the awakened, enlightened selves. We have the selves that can create within awareness and know this awareness and be led by this awareness here and now. So when you allow yourself to channel your prosperous energy, when you allow yourself to channel the overflowing abundance, and you allow yourself to become that overflowing abundance, you become more than an organism, you become more than DNA, you become a power that is able to be the immovable force that allows itself to project what it needs out of this existence. So we allow ourselves to project, we allow ourselves to emulate, we allow ourselves to become the one infinite source of creation. We allow ourselves to become the oracle of love, light, and wisdom. And if you allow yourself to become that, that means you will become all the things that you want to become within this moment. It means that you will align to the power. It means that you will become the power that is sourcing through you. You will become that beam of light. You will become that existence that shines a light on what needs to be exposed. We allow ourselves to see our reflections, to see what needs to be seen, so that we're able to peer into the awareness. Sometimes it's finding that needle in a haystack. Sometimes it's looking through the encrypted messages and deciphering them, and being anointed enough to persevere through it, to accept it, to release, to give, but to be of service in a way that is very thoughtful and provoking. We're here to change the energy of the reality. We're here to change the energy of the existence and the conditioning, and to feel like there's not a condition to be loved. That's what's powerful about awakening, is because there's not a condition to be loved. There's not a condition so that you can be loved. But there's not an unconditional way that you can love yourself, but there's just an acceptance with that love. When we allow ourselves to be powerful, when we allow ourselves to be bold, courageous enough to accept what we're experiencing, it allows us to see that nothing can change it, nothing can alter it, nothing can change how we feel. But the only way that we can change how we feel is if we change ourselves. The transformation is evident. The transformation will always be here. And if we choose to give our life to that transformation, then we allow ourselves to change. We allow ourselves to grow. We allow ourselves to expand. But it's just accepting that higher self and allowing that higher self to use you as a guide. And when you are a tool for creation, when you're a tool that the divine uses, so that you're able to really love differently, you're able to emote differently, you're able to act differently. It just means that you're able to become source in your own way. It means that you're not having the life sucked out of you. And it just truly means that in this moment, that you can change the conditioning. You can change the narrative of it. You can change how you're experiencing life as a whole. You can change how you feel. And it means that you just choose to give up any form of attachments that are choosing a distorted reality. And that's what it means. So when we're able to choose and breathe into this awareness, and we're able to meditate upon it, and we're able to grow and shift out of that vibration, it just means that we're able to love ourselves at a different pace, at a different rate, at a different wave of creation. And it just reinforces who we really are. And it just changes the narrative, the theme, the direction. But it also allows us to channel. And whenever you channel, whenever you're a part of that love will always set you free, no matter what. The love always sets us free because it allows us to see the truth of what it is. So be the truth of what it is, not the absence of what it is. We don't have to be absent-minded, and we don't have to be lost. And we don't have to be lost in a memory. But it means that the reminiscence of this moment is not what we're looking for. It's not being lost in a memory. It's not being lost in our own delusion. But it's not delusional to live your best life now. It's not delusional to be your best self. It's not delusional to ask for the riches of life. The very fact that we don't ask for the riches of life is the thing that really holds us back, is the thing that limits us. And when we're able to not limit ourselves, then we're able to transform thyself. It means that we have fully integrated what we need to integrate within this creation. It just means you're making everything in your life very impactful. So impactful that it changes everything that you want to experience. So if we generate those actions, those choices, and we bring that alignment to where how we can change the universe, meaning that we change within ourselves, but we change within the universe. We change everything in the universe, the space-time continuum. It means that you're imparting wisdom. And whenever you're able to impart that wisdom, that means that there is something inside of you that is integrated, that is source, that is love, that is that energy that allows you to pierce the veil of creation. And what's amazing is that you don't have to be anything that you don't want to be in this moment. It means you can fully be yourself. It means you can fully be authentic. It means you fully align to the energy of who you are. And nothing changes. And it just means that we're all here to ignite that flame of passion within ourselves. We're here to be that passion, but that passion is not something foreign. It's not something far away from us. It's not something that can really change unless we choose to accept it. Making that bold, aligned choice to accept yourself here and now is what changes and what moves you and what gives you that flow. It gives you that flow of energy. It allows you to just be there, to be present, to be alive, and to be aware. And there's nothing that can change that if you choose to accept it. Everybody is doing the best that they can, I believe, at what has been shown to them. So what has been shown to them, everybody's doing the best that they can. So even if you have like a 9-to-5 or if you have children, you can still demonstrate this honor. You can still demonstrate this alive and aware love that is innate. It doesn't mean that it's only accessed by people who want to do this, or people that do the things that I do. But what that means is that everybody has access to it. It means that it is accessible as it can be. And that's the kicker. A lot of people think like, oh, but you do meditation, you do like psychic readings. It doesn't fucking matter. You can still accept the gift. Isn't that beautiful? That's the time that we live in. That's what's beautiful about it, is that we don't have to be anybody that can't receive. We don't have to be anybody that can't receive. Everybody can receive. Everybody can breathe. Everybody can become. And everybody can ignite that flame of passion and demonstrate that passion within themselves. It's just applying yourself. It's using application. It's giving yourself the permission slip of creation. When you allow yourself to do that, you give yourself permission to grow, to change, to shift, to be aware and alive. When you allow yourself to be alive and aware in that moment, the passion has no other choice but to accept yourself, because you're living by your divine preference. If you're living by that divine preference, then nothing can change what you prefer and what you express and what you promote. Nothing can change it. It's the ability to have acceptance beyond your own personal biases. That's what's beautiful about this creation, is to have acceptance beyond your own personal biases. If you have acceptance beyond that, then there's no bias and there's no resistance, there's no hesitation. You will automatically act on the things that you want to act on. Automatically, you will become the inspiration that you want to become in that moment. And nothing can really change that. Nothing can really distort that. I'm clearing my throat chakra, so. So when we try so hard to do something, when we try so hard, try to reinforce something, try this and force it to the very max, that causes a halt to what we do. It comes to a screeching halt when you're forceful, when you keep hitting your head on the wall, when you keep reinforcing that you need to do that. And actually, what you need to do is just imbibe, just be, just receive, just love, just be a part of that creation. And nothing can change it. Nothing can change it. Nothing. But the only person that can really change it is you. That's what it is. The only person that can change it is you. And if you really want to change and integrate with that change, the only person that is stopping you is yourself. So give your life to change. Allow yourself to be the change, and allow yourself to emulate that change. Because when you allow yourself to do that, then everything in your life will change. It will grow. It will multiply. And it will know itself. Because there's acceptance. There isn't ignorance. There isn't a limitation that you brought on yourself. There's not this reason or this relationship that's holding you back, or maybe your job that you're afraid to leave. Because true spontaneous recognition has courage. It ultimately has the most courage. It was so funny, I just woke up like 2 hours ago, and they really wanted me to give this message before I had a client, because they really just want people to know that we don't have to be a certain way to receive from the divine. We are divine. We are energy. We are source fields of energy. We are codes. We are downloads. We are frequencies. We are configurations of energy, and anybody can receive. It's the ability to open up to reception. If we have the ability to open up, the ability to transcend, then we have the ability to let go. So it's just acceptance. That's all it is. It's just true acceptance beyond our own personal biases. And whatever is left is truly left. The only thing left is transcendence. And that is how you can live in the meditative I am present state. That's how you can do it. That's how you can love. That's how you can be. That's how you can emulate. And that is how we become. So, I want to thank you guys for this message. And also, I'll be going live tonight at 8 or 9 o'clock on TikTok doing readings, healings, activations. So feel free to do so. Feel free to partake in that. And also I have private sessions for $50 for 1 hour sessions. And I do have a psychic class for $50 as well for manifestation, law of subtraction, enlightenment, meditation, healing energy, and also connecting to nature's frequencies as well. So thank you guys so much. God bless and namaste. And just remember that sometimes it's just the ability to really act on the things that you want to act on. And actually my guides want me to do something real quick. They want me to do something real quick with you. So if you stay on the live feed, feel free to do so. But they're just wanting me to re-represent your focus. Okay. So for some reason they want me to do this. So they want me to show you a trick that you all can do, and that can be kind of like a gong. When you hit a gong and it kind of has that reverberation. So in this moment, we're going to do like a very semi-quick meditation. And what this is going to do is it's going to just kind of snap you into alignment. So just think of yourself getting grounded, getting centered, getting very sincere with yourself. And in that moment, you hear that frequency. And just feel how powerful that just sets the precedence for your energy, for your alignment, for the understanding of who you are. It just taps you in very quickly. It pushes you into that awareness. It allows you to melt with that awareness. It allows you to be very powerful in this exact moment, to be in that meditative state and to recalibrate everything. So you just recalibrated your chakras, you just recalibrated your state of being, your emotional sensitivities, and also your triggers. So this is just a little activation to kind of set everything into motion. So what this allowed you to do was just allowed you to resonate very quickly without having to take all the time in the world. You can do this in 5 to 10 minutes or even 5 seconds. And every single day, you can just kind of like snap 3 times and think of it like a gong, think of it as chimes, and literally place yourself there in the absolute reality. You just place yourself there in the absolute reality. You're just there. There's no human conditioning. There's no failure. There's no suffering. There's no lack of power about anything. This isn't even a guided meditation, but this is just a transmutation, the transfiguration of the soul. And just feel how vividly that just changes everything. It just like places your puzzle piece on the puzzle. You're just there. It's kind of just to have you have a shakening of the soul, like an awakening, a lightning bolt just coursing through the DNA, the veins, the blood cells, everything. It just kind of reinforces good health and vitality. But this is just to empower yourself very quickly so that you can really just snap in and be dialed in. And you don't have to do this for like an hour or 2 hours. You don't have to do this forever. But you can just use this as a little tool, just for a little pick-me-up. It's just kind of like that espresso shot of meditation, because it can just kind of, in that moment, be so powerful and vivid. And just like be so aligned and directly there, and just bam, you're there. Meaning that you're connecting to the absolute reality and you're connecting to your reality. So you're making sure that it is in sync with oneself. And in this moment, you're just activating the self. You're just accentuating your energy. You're allowing that energy to be there. And literally what you've done is that you've cut out all of the other excess BS that comes with meditation, but you just kind of placed yourself in your highest state before you reach the higher state. So this is overwhelming your presence. This is living by preference. This is living by expression. This is living by truth only. And living by what allows you to become directly source energy. This allows you what becomes merged within that. It just becomes merged within the ability to emulate, to be your eminence. And it just allows yourself to reinforce it, bring it to a grounded form very quickly. Kind of as if you went into cold water. I notice that my pool water is very cold when I go in there, and it's very meditative to kind of give yourself that shock to the body. So it's kind of as if you literally went to 40, 50 degree water and you just shocked the system, and your body kind of started to heat up and everything started to recalibrate itself. And it just kind of made you just be aware, and it was just more alive, and the sensation of it was similar to taking a cold plunge. And take one last deep breath. Exhale, and you are the Oracle of Love, Light, and Wisdom. And that is a little meditation technique that will just allow you to be in that moment, to be true, to be alive, to be aware. That's just a little technique to kind of get you awake in the morning. And it's just very simple. You can do it for literally 10 minutes. It'll feel like you meditated for 30 to 40 minutes. So I wanted to demonstrate that little technique. And I might even do a TikTok of it. So I want to thank you guys for this live. I just wanted to do this quick message and connect with you guys because I have a client in like 30 minutes. And you guys can book private sessions. I do $50 private sessions for 1 hour right now. I have a $50 special, and I do have readings and healings and activations that I'm doing tonight around 8 or 9 o'clock. The donations for that are $15. And also I have a psychic class. If you guys want to take that on, you're welcome. And thank you for receiving, because at the end of the day, that's what matters. 8 or 9 p.m. Eastern time zone. I noticed that you've been on my lives before, so I wanted to do that. They told me like you need to do this quick thing before you get off. I wasn't even expecting, because there wasn't a lot of people on the live. I didn't see anybody, but I'm glad that you were on the live. So I want to thank you guys. God bless. Namaste. And if you want to book private sessions, book a time, date, and day when you're free. Please try not to reschedule. Also, just contact me on TikTok. You can email me, and I'll send you contact information. I will get back to you. Okay. So, thank you. God bless. Namaste. This is White Wolf. It's great to be of service and to help and to guide and to inform. So thank you.